Namaste! Welcome everyone to this third part of Pilates Foundation. My name is Carolina and welcome to the technique program. For this third part, you may need a towel. So make sure it's a big towel so that as we fold it into a roller, it looks kind of like this. If you feel uncomfortable by sitting like I am now, place the towel under your pelvis so that your hips can be more free and your body can be better aligned. In the first two parts of Pilates Foundation, we went over the neutral alignment, lateral breath, and the whole Pilates breathing. So let's do a little bit of a summary about all that. What is neutral alignment? It's the alignment where your body can work in the best way. That means when your ears, your shoulders, and your pelvis are in one straight line. We also said that if you're lying on the mat, the back of the head, the center of the shoulder blades, and the back of the pelvis, the sacrum, are one on top of each other in one line. If you see it from the side, is the ear, is the shoulder, and the hips. So plenty of time, we said neutral alignment, and that's where we would like to go. It doesn't mean that you need to completely be there, but with time, with movement, that's the direction that we would like to walk towards. We talked about two types of breath in Pilates. We talk about how with every exhalation, you want to pull the navel in. As well, we talk about the lateral breath, that it's the inhale by opening the side of your ribcage and back, and with every exhalation, the pulling of your navel. So let's start with that today. So place your hands back on the side of your ribs, close your eyes, and take a moment to arrive to your body. Start to take a deep breath in and feel how the ribs expand to the sides. And as we learned with the letter S or F, whatever it's easier for your skills of language, you exhale with that letter. I'm Spanish speaker, so for me it's easier the S, but maybe for you it's the F. So take a deep breath in, exhale, experience how the ribs move to the center, how they go down, and at the same time, how the navel pulls in and up towards your heart. So the feeling should be as if we're wearing a corset that is always embracing the spine to stabilize it. Let's do 3 more rounds. Inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just one more. Breath in and breath out. Try to remain with the navel engaged through the next 60 minutes. Take your hands on the side of your body, roll the shoulders a few times, forward, up, back, and down. While we start to mobilize the body, I'm going to introduce you the topic of this third part, that it's the alignment of your lower body. That means from your feet towards your hips. So today it's all about the lower part of the body to understand how we stand, how we walk, how we need to align the legs to have a proper workout that is good for our body. So let's take the right ear to your right shoulder, pull the left shoulder down, feel the stretch to awake the side of your neck. And slowly we move into the other side. And let's do this 2 more times, to your right, to your left, back to center, and take the arms all the way overhead. Remember what we learned in part number 2, that we don't want the ribcage to move forward, but we would like the shoulders to remain right above your shoulders. As you move your shoulders down, take an inhale up, and exhale, move your shoulders down. Breathing up, exhale down. So it's gliding your shoulder blades away from the ears. The shoulder blade is this bone located here at the back of your ribcage, and you have 2, 1 on each side. So continue lifting and releasing, and it's all about starting to find that space between the shoulders and your ears. Because this is a very easy movement, we tend to pull too much from your shoulders and less using the core. So now we are keeping the shoulders away and we stay like that. Take your hand, one on top of the elbow, and press the arms against each other. The action of pressing against each other will give you an extra lift in the spine. Now, the nose is going to be always in the center of your arms. We would like the lower body to stay completely still, so that means no movement. In the breath in, you're going to twist towards your right side. In the exhale, I want you to first pull the navel and then to return towards your center. Let's do the other side. Breathing in, twisting left, exhale, back to middle. Find that line from the pelvis to your crown. And deep exhalation to return. Soft mobilization of the spine. Breathing in and breath out. Let's do this for 4 more times. Breathing in, exhale, center. Inhale, exhale. Last 2, breathing in, breath out, and 1 more breath in, and breath out. With eyes closed, place your hands on your knees or laps, and take a moment to feel if your ears, your shoulders, and your pelvis are in one line. So meaning if you are seated neutral. Take a moment to acknowledge that. And then gently open your eyes. We're going to start directly with this third part all the way up. So the nicest way, let's call it like that, to go up, it's going to an all fourth position. Tuck your toes under, walk your hands back, and from this tiny squat, release your head down, keep your knees bent, and slowly roll the spine 1 vertebra at a time, all the way up into standing. So, today is all about lower body. Let's study it a little bit. If you look down to your feet, the outer part of your feet would like to be parallel with each other. Sometimes we like to be more turned out, some people are more turned in. So be mindful in this moment that the outer part of your feet are parallel like the rails of the train or the tram. We would like to spread the toes as much as we can, so the grip of every toe is proper pressing down. As you bend your knees, we need to check that the knees are always in the center of your feet. So that means they shouldn't go in because that can hurt the knee joints. They also shouldn't go too much out, always in the center, there where you feel the whole sole of the foot. So if you trace a line from the middle of your foot all the way up to your knees, they should be right in the center. And now you keep tracing that line and you will find 2 bones here very clearly to touch. Those are your hip bones. So hip bones, knees, and center of foot always in the same line. But check something out. In Pilates we use something called Pilates position. That's a narrow V. So now if you join your heels together, it's the same thing. If I bend my knees, the knees as well are still in the center of my foot. So always be mindful of that alignment to keep your body protected. So, what tends to happen, especially in women, is that we relax the lower back and we kind of go into this pose called lordosis. So I'm going to ask you to move the tailbone down to your heels as you pull your navel in, as if you're zipping a pair of jeans. So, hope you have it. Keep your knees then hip distance apart in the same line, and I'm going to ask you to take your hands to touch your shoulders. I want to see a line from one elbow to the other. Remember, tailbone down, and very gently, you're going here to shift the weight to the front and to shift the weight to your heels, to shift the weight to your toes, and to shift the weight to your heels. Feel the big toe and feel the little toe. Keep your tailbone always pointing down, and we're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back, and you're going to stay a little bit more to the front. Lift the heels off the floor. We did this last time, and slowly take it down. Especially today, pull the navel and be mindful that your knees are always in the center of your foot. Most of us, what could happen is that you fall to the pinky toe. So squeeze your inner thighs, the muscles located here in the inside part of your leg. That will help you to keep the knees all the time in the proper alignment. Let's do 4 more. Lift, slowly down. Lift, slowly down. Last 2. 1 more. and you're going to stay. Stretch your hands to the side. Maybe staying here in balance is already a lot. If you can, I'm going to ask you to bend the knees and to press up. Bend the knees and press up. Every time you stretch your legs, I want you to squeeze the navel to the back of the spine. Be mindful that the knees remain in the center of your foot. We're going to do this 4 times. If your arms are not happy by being on the side because you're tired, just keep them on the side. But if you want more activation, just press down as I'm doing right now. Let's do one more. And slowly bring the heels down. Now take your hands to your hips and take your legs together as if you're squeezing a piece of paper between the knees. Some of you have the legs more in kind of a bow, so the knees will not touch. But the idea of squeezing the thighs against each other should always be there. So once you're here, you're going to lift the heels and you're going to start to walk the right and the left. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see more clearly. The tailbone is down, your navel is in. If you want more challenge, you're going to place your hands behind your head. It's all about keeping the knee pointing forward into the center of your foot. Keep as well the tailbone pointing down, and let's go for 10, for 9, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10 to go, and 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay on your toes, squeeze your legs together, find all the muscles coming to one central line. Take one more breath in, a deeper breath out, and slowly take your heels to the floor. Spread the legs hip distance apart and take your hands on the side of your body. One important thing, these bones are called the collarbones. Instead of allowing the shoulders to roll forward, keep them open like we were working with a broomstick in part number 2. So with that open chest, but keeping the alignment in the breath in, you're going to squat down, keeping the knees always in the center of your foot. The navel goes in, and in the exhale, I want you to press and push the pelvis forward. In the breath in, we go to a squat. In the exhale, you come to standing. Inhale down, exhale, press. Inhale down, exhale, press. It's a breath in to go down, it's an exhale to press. We're going to do this 10 more times. I want you to look at your knees and observe if the knees are still in the center of your feet or you lose your alignment. And we get 5, press, 4, press. Can we keep the navel in? 3, 2, 1. You're going to stay down with the shoulders away from the ears. Check that your knees are in the center and you're going to swing the arms back next to your hip bones and you're going to lift the arms up. Inhale and exhale. Ideally, your body is stable. Your arms are moving freely. We have 6 more. 6, 5. Is your chest open? 4. Is your navel in? 3. Hope so. 2, 1. And remember how we place one hand on top of the elbow. Let's do that right now here. Press the palms against each other, squeeze your navel, check your knees again, and we go. Heels left, heels down, heels left, heels down. Breath in, breath out. Feel the length of the spine from the pelvis till your head. Every now and then, check again, down to your feet, down to your knees, and check. Are they in the same line? Last 4. We get 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to stay with the heels lifted. Hold and stay. Stretch one hand a little bit forward than your ear, then the other as well. And let's finish this set with 10 rebounds. It's going up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you can, come to a standing with the heels off the floor and find your balance. Keep the tailbone going down, the navel moving in. Feel your body and slowly take your heels down. Shake those feet out and let's transition to the mat with a spine roll. Remember how it was? So we are standing at the end of your mat. Make sure again, tailbone to the floor, feet and knees in one straight line, neutral alignment. And 3 times we roll the spine up and down. So the chin begins. It's very important that you start from your head. The idea is to move the spine vertebra by vertebra. Some of us may need to bend the knees, so whenever you need that, just apply it. You go all the way down, you take a breath, and as you exhale, press into your feet, check that your knees are still in the same alignment of your feet, and slowly you roll down up to standing. That's a spine roll. Let's do this together. So feel the length, take a breath in, exhale, the chin goes down, the arms go to the floor, and slowly you roll the spine. Take a moment here. Maybe it's the first time you are bending forward. It's a beautiful place to bring the attention inwards, to stretch the whole back of the body. And why this is important? In human body, all of the senses are facing to the front, the eyes, the nose, the ears. So that means our perception of the front is much higher than the perception of the back. So therefore, when we bend forward, we give the mind the moment to give more attention to the back. So then we balance out front, back, right and left. And that's one of the goals of Pilates. So next time you're going to roll down, we're going to meet with the hands on the floor. Then you're going to bend the knees and slowly you're going to take a walk towards an all-fours position by keeping your hands under your shoulders and keeping your knees under your hips. Let's make sure again that hand and knee and foot are in one straight line. If you have sensitive knees, please place the towel under your knees to make it more comfortable for your practice. So from here, we start the whole engagement from the core. So I want you to pull the navel in and you're going to round the spine as deep as you can. In the breath in, you're going to keep the navel engaged and you're going to go into a back extension, opening the chest. One thing is opening the chest and stretching the spine, and one thing is collapsing. Don't let go on your lower back, please. So exhale, press into your hands and round the spine as deep as you can. And when inhaling, keep the navel in and stretch vertebra by vertebra up. If you feel one of the movements doesn't feel right on your body, just do it very soft. Use the breath as the engine to move. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. We do this 2 more times. I want you to be aware that the navel remains closer to the spine, engaging the center, what in the Pilates technique is mentioned as the powerhouse. So you're going to find that center line. Something very important. If you're tired, you can also keep the shoulders a little bit behind. Because the length of your arms is more than the length of your legs, you will see that you're not perfectly parallel to the floor. Your neutral alignment is slightly diagonal up, and that's perfectly fine. From here, you're going to join the legs together, squeeze between your sit bones, your pelvic floor, and take that right leg all the way up. I want you to square your hips and to make yourself long. From here, take a moment, feel more length, and flex the foot to find even more length from the crown of the head to your heel. Once you're here, you're going to pull the knee towards your elbow and you're going to stretch it out. If this is easy, you're going to take your left hand and you're going to go in and you're going to go out. Breath in and breath out. So we started this movement in the previous class. Now hopefully it's much more settled in your body. Let's go. 8, press out. 7, out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and stay. Take your hand, curl the toes of your left foot, and feel that tiny lift of your left knee off the floor. If that's not possible, just stay here. Otherwise, lift and stay. Make sure that your knee is always in the center of your foot. Hold and stay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee to the floor, right knee to the ground. Relax your feet. Resting pose, knees together, sit on your heels, relax your head down. Especially stretch for your lower back. And again, it's a pose where you are moving awareness into the back of the body. 2 more breaths. If your attention is going somewhere else, just use the letter S or F to tune back again with your breathing. Let's find each other again in no-fourth position. Squeeze between your sit bones and squeeze your thighs against each other. Find your neutral alignment in this all-fourth and stretch your left leg towards the back. Square your hips and make sure your knees pointing down. Flex the foot for a better length from the crown of the head to your heel. Maybe this is already a lot and you want to do your exercise here, or if you want to top it up, take your right hand next to your ear. You're going to pull the knee in and you're going to stretch it out. It doesn't matter how close you come with your knee to your shoulder, to your elbow. It's more about keeping the stability of your pelvis and being able always to have the knee like sliding in one straight line. Today it's all about leg alignment and therefore the connection of the core to stabilize your hip. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and stay. Get more length, engage your navel, and slowly place that hand again. Curl the toes under. Maybe this is already enough. Imagine you're already flying. Visualize it if you cannot do it. Otherwise, lift the knee 5 to 10 centimeters. Take a breath in, take a breath out, and press into your hands. Check that your knee is always in the center of your foot. One more breath. Right knee to the floor. Left knee goes in. You relax your toes and you sit on your heels. This is called resting pose. Walk your hands forward or arms to the back. Take deep breaths. Squeeze your navel away from your thighs. Keep emphasizing the engagement of the core, the stretch of your lower back. And why this moment is so important? Because when we stand, when we sit, when we walk, we put a lot of tension in your lower back because it's holding the whole vertebral spine. So a stretch like this helps you reduce the tension in that part of your spine. Now slowly press the pelvis into your heels and let's all come together into a seated position. So now we need this roller that is made out of your towel. And I want you to place it 2-3 hands away from you. This can be moved, depends how far you want to go. So let's start with something very important. We're going to flex the feet. You need to trace again the line from the center of your foot to your knees to your hips, and that has to remain throughout the whole sequence. Your hands are in a straight line with your shoulder and move your shoulder blades slightly towards the middle. Let me show you from the back. It's as if you're squeezing a little bit like an apple between those shoulder blades. So, feet hip distance apart, flexing the feet to anchor your heels. It's as if you want to stretch the mat out. Your hands in front of your shoulders and the shoulders away from the ears. Neutral, seated. The more you need to bend the knees for your spine, go for it. So you start by tucking the pelvis. We said that this movement can be called tucking, tilting, scooping, curling. A lot of words for the same thing. And now when you touch the towel, you're going to squeeze deeper and slowly you want to come up. The heels are pressing deep into the floor. Let's go. Exhale, you curl the pelvis. The chin is 1 fist away from your chest. You can always measure it. And slowly you roll up. Together, curl the pelvis, touch, and coming back. While you roll the spine, the knees should stay all the time pointing up to the ceiling. If you want more challenge, you can take your legs a little bit closer to each other. So between hip distance and legs together, you can play what feels better for your body. A good challenge, but yet durable. If you feel the towel is too close to you, you can move it more further back. Or if this is becoming too heavy, just move it a little bit closer to your pelvis. You're going to stay in that curl position. Just lift the arms slightly up and take it down. Slightly left, take it down. It's only 6 more times. 6, 5. Can we keep the curl? 4. So you're holding the core contraction. You're squeezing the legs together. Even if they're not touching, they're activating the inner thigh muscles. And we have 1 more. I hope your core is shaking like mine is doing. And slowly we come back. Now you're going to take this towel to the side. You bring the feet a little bit further away from your pelvis, and slowly, either you hold the thighs and you roll down, you stretch your arms, you touch the side of your ribs, and you help yourself to come up. Option number 2, no hands, reach back, inhale, and coming up. If neither of both are working, just come back to the previous exercise. Let's go together. 5 spine rolls, lying down. So slowly you roll, touching back, inhale, reach, squeezing navel and rolling. Slowly going down, inhale to open, and remember what we were studying in part number 2, that your rib cage shouldn't pop out when your arms reach back. So keep your rib cage moving down as your arms reach back for a beautiful stretch of the front of your chest. Exhale to roll. Inhale. If you're doing this slowly because you're using the floor to help yourself, perfectly fine. Just last one. And we're going to meet seated, lying down, but you need the towel close by. So prepare the towel. Let's roll on the back. And the towel will be placed under your sacrum. So the sacrum is this big bone behind your pelvis, that it's flat. And I want you to curl the pelvis so your lower back gets a nice passive stretch. So after a lot of hours of working, standing, sitting, my suggestion is always to come to this place where your lower back gets a passive stretch and you just relax. But here it's only the beginning for us in this moment. So you're going to take both legs into tabletop position. So about leg alignment, heels want to be in one line with your knees, and knees are right on top of your pelvis. If this feels too much tension for your hips, especially men has it more than women, you're going to take your knees more closer to your chest. So that will also work. In all the cases, you're going to curl the pelvis deeper, approaching the ribs towards your hips. So, once you're here, take a moment and just exhale, pulling the navel deeper to the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. Sink with your lower back towards the floor. Just one more breath. And you're going to stretch your right and you're going to pull it in. You're going to stretch your left and you're going to pull it in. Make sure that when you stretch the leg, the ribs are still coming towards your pelvis. You don't want to arch like I'm doing now. You always want this to be completely stable and engaged. So, right leg out, take it in. Left leg out, take it in. As before, of course, knee and foot are in one straight line. Inhale when you stretch, exhale to come back. If you want more challenge, you can take your leg lower. If this feels too much, just do the leg slightly higher. If you can't stretch your knee, don't worry. Just go as far as it feels good for your body. But in any situation, reach out from your toes so we feel the length of the whole leg. Let's do 6 more and we go. 6, pull it in. 5, pull it in. 4, keep tucking. 3, in. 2, 1. Let's go a little bit faster. So now the legs will change almost halfway. If this is not controllable for your lower back, just do it a little bit slower and let's go. Single leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and together they stay. Flex your feet and push away from your heels. Double leg stretch, stretch out, pull in. Stretch out, pull in. If this is going all well and you want more challenge, you can take your hands up above your shoulders. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Keep always the lower back rounded, super important. And we got 8, in, 7, In if you want more, legs lower. If you want less, legs up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stay. Then take your knees to your chest, rock a little bit side to side, and slowly place the feet flat on the floor. As you lift the pelvis, remove the towel and take your pelvis down. So neutral alignment, we said the back of the head, the center of the shoulder blades, and the back of your sacrum. Here the lower back has a curve up. But today we want to be printed. So you're going to imprint by curling the pelvis and keeping the lower back flat on the floor. Keep that position throughout your whole sequence. Your legs come together and you're going to interlace hands behind the head. Squeeze the thighs. Feel the breathing in. And as you exhale, let's start with the chest lift and slowly down. Inhale, chest lift. Exhale, slowly down. Both knees are pointing up to the ceiling. The more you take your sit bones together, so that means the engagement of the pelvic floor. I will talk about this in a later video, but if you're acquainted with that, just do it. So the chin wants to stay away from your chest. You want to squeeze your navel every time you lift your chest up. Ideally, you would like both shoulder blades to come off the floor. So let's go for other 10. And I want you to be mindful about the sole of the foot touching the floor. I know, it's very far away, but try to connect with your big toe, with the little one, with the center of your heel. And how these 3 points are pressing into the mat. How this helps you to engage your legs together. And how this helps to lift the spine from the core. Let's go. 4, 3, keep feeling your feet. 2, 1, and you're going to stay up. Open the elbows, come closer with your ribs, hold and stay. Maybe stretching one arm, maybe stretching both, and walk a little bit up. So you're peeling yourself off the mat a few more vertebrae. Hold and stay. If you need neck support, just keep one hand behind you. Take a breath in. Can you go a little bit further? Breath out. Breath in, exhale, breath out. Just 2 more times. Breath in. Exhale. Breath out. Just 1 time. Breath in. Breath out. And slowly roll the spine. You may feel your core getting more active. And now I want you to take your right leg into that tabletop position. From here, interlace hands behind the head. Keep the knee right above your pelvis if that's okay. You're going to go 1 time up to the center. And 1 time you're going to cross towards your right side. 1 time you go up center, 1 time you go cross right. The bottom part of your body, it's not moving at all. It's only the upper body working here. So keep feeling the left foot pressing down. And why this is important? Because the more you know where your foot is pressing, the more you will know where your knee is also aligning. So, as before, you will like both shoulder blades to be off the floor. And we have 4 more to count. 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're going to stay all the way up. You're going to stretch your right hand and you're going to lift a little bit higher. And you're going to pump your arm next to your pelvis. You're going to inhale in 4 counts and you're going to exhale in 4 counts. If your pelvis gets tired, you lower your foot. Let's go together. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I said 4, it's a 5. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Can we go 1 more vertebra up? 1 last. Breath in. Breath out. Hold and stay. Maybe stretching the left arm if that's okay. Lift 1 more vertebra off the floor. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And stretch your arms overhead. Stretch your right leg. And find the longest distance from your fingertips to your foot. Flex the foot. Feel the length. Closing the ribs. Feel the back of your body. Take 1 more breath. 1 breath out. And transitioning to the other side, the arms next to your body, the legs together to find the center line. As you squeeze your navel, as you approach the ribs to your hips, then we take the left leg into a tabletop position. The knee will like to be above the hip and the foot in the same line of your knee. We take the hands behind the head, and as before, you do one time to the center, one time to diagonal left. So we go, one time up, one time diagonal. Every time you're going diagonal, is the right rib trying to go to your left hip. Don't move your elbows, because then you're going to start to cheat a lot. So the idea is to be mindful from where are we moving, what are we doing. So we build awareness. And then the more we build it in small, slow movement, then we can start to move more dynamic. And the connection will be there. So in these first parts, we move a little bit slower to gain more awareness. Let's go the last 6 and cross. And 5 and cross. And 4, you should feel your core that it's closer to your ribs. That's your upper obliques. Your rectus abdominal as well. One more. And we're going to meet up in the center, stretching your left hand on the side. Try to go one more vertebra up. Open the right elbow, and we start to pump. Inhale in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we go higher? And exhale deep. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Just 3 more. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out, extra in, extra out. Stretch if possible your right hand. Try to peel one more vertebra off the floor. Take a deep breath. Exhale, go deeper up. And as you stretch your arms overhead, flex your left foot and find the longest distance from your foot towards your hands. Take a moment here. Take a deep exhale. And stretch as well now the right leg. Find the connection from the heel to the tip of the fingers, connecting your core in. Take a moment to feel as much as you can the surface of the back of your body resting on your mat. Some parts will be touching, some will not. And from here, let's bend the knees. And now you're going to be hip distant apart. I want you to grab the roller, that is your towel, and you're going to place it between your legs. So the idea is that you squeeze the towel and you're engaging a group of muscles called the inner thighs. Very important for our training. So the knees are pointing up. They're in the line of your hips and the whole sole of the foot is pressing down. Your arms will begin on the side of your body. And we will start with something completely different called retraction of your chin. What does it mean? Take a look. When you say yes and you approach the chin down, that's a retraction of your chin. And then you're going to take it back so that the nose points up to the ceiling. So we retract the chin and we look up. The head maintains the contact with the floor. This is a great stretch for the back of your neck. When we are too many hours driving or working with a computer, we tend to have tension in the back of your neck. So retracting the chin may help you with that. So you're going to keep a little bit of that chin retraction. You're going to squeeze the thighs against the towel as deep as you can and slowly release. Squeeze the legs as deep as you can and slowly release. Every time you squeeze the towel, I want you to squeeze the navel. It's a small movement. Maybe you're not seeing that much from the camera, but I'm squeezing the towel deep, 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 deep. And let's go 4 more. You need to work your inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, and keep completely the squeeze. Curl the pelvis so the lower back touches the floor, and with the sole of the feet pressing, you take your pelvis in one line with your knees. You take a breath, and you slowly roll down. Breathing in, neutral. Exhale, print the pelvis, so that means curling and touching the floor. You press into your heels to lift the pelvis up. You hold it for a breath in. You slowly go down. Keep squeezing the towel as hard as you can. Curl the pelvis, press your heels, rising up. Hold and stay. Slowly down. One more. Big toe, little one, heel is pressing. Curl and lift. Slowly down. Now we start to add. You're going to be on your heels. Squeeze the towel. Press deep into your heels. Inhale, rising the pelvis up. Exhale, slowly rolling down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to roll down. So now you're doing one breath to go up, one exhalation to go down. Inhale coming up. Exhale going down. Inhale coming up. Exhale going down. 4 more. With your heels, you want to squeeze your heels in the direction of your glutes. 4. So you're activating now a lot your hamstrings, the back muscles of your thighs. 3, 2. Now you're going to do one more. Hold and stay. Breathing in, breathing out. Squeeze your glutes deeper, breathing in, breathing out, and slowly roll down. You land on your toes. You walk your heels closer to your pelvis. And now, adjust the towel if you need, like me. You're going to lift the heels off the floor. So now your toes are pressing. Same thing now with your toes. Curl the pelvis, press into the toes to lift up. Slowly going down. Curl the pelvis, press and lift. Slowly going down. It's an inhale to lift. It's an exhale to go down. Every now and then, check that your knees are still pointing to the center. And now what could happen is that you're falling more into right or left. So be mindful that both feet are doing the same. We're going to do this 4 more. Left 4. Slowly roll down. And 3. Use your whole breath. 2. And of course, in the last one, you stay all the way up. Full cycle of breath. Inhaling, lateral breath. Exhale, navel in. And slowly, 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 let's roll down and place the heels back on the floor. Now from here, you remove the towel. You're going to place it on top of your shins, and your legs are going to stay hip distance apart. Feet are flexed. Already holding the towel, it's a lot of work for your core. So I want you to curl the pelvis and to stay right there. You're going to take your hands on top of your shoulders and the shoulders away from the ears. Just hold it here. Can you squeeze the navel more in? Can you keep the legs leveled? If all this is happening, now with that feeling of reaching, take your hands behind your head. In the exhale, you're going to lift up and slowly you go down. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, go down. Keep the balance of the towel. Inhale and down. Lifting and down. You're going to do this 5 more times. 4, if this is too much, you just stay resting on the floor. 3, 2, and we're going to stay up. Remember how we did with one hand on the side? You can choose to do 50 with one hand and 50 with the other. We call this 100. Or you go in directly 100 on both sides. So squeeze your navel, lift the chest, and choose the option that suits you best. And let's go. Inhale in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Can we peel more vertebrae? Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep lifting up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. 4 more of this. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Just one more. Inhaling. Exhaling. and slowly knees to your chest. Remove the towel, shake a little bit side to side. You're going to grab the back of your thighs, you're going to kick a little bit your legs, and you're going to slowly roll a few times using the motion of the legs to help yourself to come into a sitting place. Now, we're going to go into kneeling position. Open the towel so that we get more comfy for your knees. And let me show you. We keep building all this leg alignment we have been working so far. So you're going to be on your knees. As we were saying, hip distance apart, tracing the line of your hips. Let me show you from the side two important things. For some people, curling the toes will be better. For some people, having them flat will be better. Choose what suits you best. But the most common thing here is that we arch because we want to relax and not do much. But Pilates time, table down, navel in. So, one more important thing. If I'm properly aligned, this space should be flat. So how you measure that? If you place the thumbs together and the index finger to your pubic bone, this triangle needs to be perpendicular to the ground. Let me show you from the side. If the triangle is pointing back, that means I'm arching. If the triangle points forward, that means I'm over curling, which sometimes we work on it. But now I want you to first be neutral. So find your neutral kneeling position, knees hip distance apart, curl the pelvis, and take your hands on the side like we did in the warming up. Imagine you're coming out of the swimming pool, so you want to push down those arms and squeeze the navel in. We're going to reach up and we're going to go down. We did something similar in the warming up, remember? But now we add a little bit more challenge. So while your arms are rising and while your arms are moving away, just keep them away from your ears. If this is too difficult, you can always take your hands slightly more forward so you have more control over your shoulders. Keep the navel completely in. That's your main concern right now. And we go for 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stay. You're going to shift the weight towards your right leg and slowly take the left leg out. Already here, this can be a lot of balance going on. I want you to lean onto your right hand and slowly get a beautiful side stretch. Imagine the longest distance from your fingertips to your foot. Hold and stay, breath in, breath out. Your hand will come up. You need to activate your core to slowly come back and take your hands down and bend your knees. We keep working on the right side. You're going to slide into your right side of your body and you're going to use the arm like a pillow. Instead of collapsing on your side, I want you to be lifted. Push with your hand the pelvis away and take that left leg away from you. You're going to place the hand in front of your chest so you keep your shoulder blade back and down. From here, you're going to start to go up 45 degrees and you go down in 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. Inhale up and 1, 2, 3. Inhale up and 1, 2, 3. Keep with the toes pointing forward. Same alignment, toes, knees, and hip in one stable line. Inhale 1, 2, 3. As you go down, you never go below the level of your hip. Down, 2, 3. Breathing in and 1, 2, 3. Breathing in and 1, 2, 3. Keep moving your navel in. The pelvis remains neutral, like we just experienced in the kneeling position. 4 more times and up, down, 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 and lift and down, 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 and lift and down, 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 and lift and down, down, down. 1 more and down, down, and stay. You go forward, diagonal. You turn the leg in. Your big toes touch, lift, lift. You're working the side muscles of your glutes. These muscles are in charge of stabilizing your hips when we are in movement. Well, no, every time actually, but especially when we are moving. So now you feel maybe a burning sensation right here on the side of your glute, side of your leg. And we go up and down. 4, 10, 4, 9, 8, 7. Keep the foot turning in, so that means big toes are pointing down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Now come back to center. Push away from the heel like we have been experiencing the whole class And I want you to do 5 circles as big as you can keep your pelvis stable. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to reverse it. You're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat the sequence, going up, down, 2, 3. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3. A nice breathing extra thing that you can do here is so you emphasize the 3 spots with the exhalation. And you go breathing in and down, down, down. Breathing in and down, down, down. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. You go forward, your foot turns in, tap and lift 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You come back to your line, push away from your heel, 5 circles. Check your pelvis neutral. Feel the length, keeping it in your core. 4, 5, and reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap it a little bit. Catch your foot if that's available, or your legging. The more you tuck your pelvis, the deeper the stretch here in the front of your thigh. That's your quadriceps. A little bit maybe of psoas if you tuck your pelvis a lot. And as we stretch the legs a little bit out, you use your hand and we come back into our kneeling. So come to your kneeling, knees hip distance, and we check again. Triangle, stable. Now you're going to take your hands above your head like a triangle shape, or diamond if you want to stretch it more out. And you're going to keep the alignment, and you're going to touch the back of your head, and you're going to stretch. Breath in and breath out. The goal here is to keep the pelvis neutral, to open the chest, keeping your alignment. Let's go 6 more. 6, 5, 4, keep the elbows to the side. 3, 2, 1, and release it back on the side. Press it down, find the full length of your spine, and slowly you shift the weight to your left and the right leg moves out. Slowly you tilt to the side and you go for a beautiful stretch. Find the outer part of your right foot pressing, find the hand reaching out. Deep breath. Take your hand, use your core, and slowly transition with your hands down. You take your knee, we lie down on the other side, and we prepare for the leg work. So the legs are as if you're sitting on a chair. You lift the bottom part of your core up. You stretch your right leg away, the upper leg, and push away first. The hand may help you to keep the stability of your chest, so use your fingertips to press down. From here, our first move is up and down in 1, 2, 3. Inhale up, down, 2, 3. Inhale up, down, 2, 3. Inhale up, down, 2, 3. Inhale up and down, 2, 3. Inhale up, down, 2, 3. And up, 2, 2, 3. 3 more times. It doesn't matter how big you do this. It's more about keeping the stability of your hip. 2, 1. And you take your legs slightly forward and you turn the toes down to the floor. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Especially don't relax too much when you're touching the floor. Lift the leg up. And now we start to count 10 more times. 10, 9, and if it feels intense, enjoy the intensity. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And we take that heel in the line of your head, push away, remember the knee, the foot, the whole line of your body, and we start circle back for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, reverse it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We start all over again, push away from your heel, rising down, 2, 3, inhale up, and 1, 2, 3, inhale up, and 1, 2, 3. I'm feeling it. I hope you're feeling it too. Inhale up and 1, 2, 3. 5 more times. 5. Check your shoulder that it's not collapsing. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here you go forward, you take your toes down, you tap and you lift, tap and lift, tap and lift, tap and lift, and we got 10, we got 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse it, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and give it a nice tap. With your hand, catch your foot, go to your quadricep stretch. Take a moment to open the hips to stretch the front of your thigh. And as you stretch your leg, you're going to turn and lie down on your belly. From lying down on your belly, you take your hands on the side of your shoulders, you press back, and we find each other's sitting and resting pose. Release your head down, relax your whole body. Take a deep breath out. And as your pelvis press into your heels, I want you to roll up slowly, 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 1 vertebra at a time. Last thing we do, I want you to roll maybe the towel because you may need to sit on it. And we're going to finish with a forward bend. So as you sit, I want you to be super mindful again of the alignment of your legs. So you're going to flex your feet, making sure that the center of your foot, the center of your knee, and your hips belongs to one same line. Your arms are going to start like on top of a table. We call this exercise spine stretch forward. And we did it also in the part number 2. So now I want you to be more mindful about reaching out from your legs now that we have been working on it and it's on your system. So you're going to slide your hands like on top of an imaginary table. You take a breath in when you're there. And as you exhale, you press down into your sit bones and you roll your spine until you are back into neutral alignment. Let's go. Inhaling. And your chest goes up and over. You want to reach the front as deep as you can. You hold and stay. And with a deep exhale, you press into your sit bones. You roll your lower back, your middle back, your upper part of the spine. Keep flexing your feet. Keep lifting your spine. Inhaling. Exhaling. Going up and over. Hold and stay. Breath in. Exhale. Coming back. Just 2 more. Breathing in. Exhale. Spine stretch forward. Reach, 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 reach. And press your sit bones. Feel your lower back. Feel the middle back. And we all have parts of the spine that are more loose, parts that are more stiff. So just make sure that you give yourself the time to roll 1 vertebra at a time, trying to make it more equal, more balanced. And relax. You're going to place your feet flat on the floor. Same thing, same alignment, knees in the center. Your hands are going to be either with the fingertips pointing towards your buttocks or slightly more towards the side if that feels better for your shoulder. I want you to ask you to come into a table position where your knees, your hips, and your shoulders are in one straight line. Look again. Is your knees pointing up to the ceiling or are they falling side or inwards? And slowly go down. Last 2. This is your last part of strength. And curl the pelvis, lift up into your table. Look always forward, at least for now. And slowly to the floor. Remember your kneeling position? So that pelvis needs to be flat in the front. So don't arch, don't over curl, just lift and be neutral. Feel the stretch of your shoulders as well. And slowly roll from your chest, your middle back, your lower back. And now we're going to stretch those inner thighs. So you're going to place the sole of the feet together. If you need to sit again on your towel, please do so. And find again your neutral alignment. Ears, shoulders, pelvis. We're going to take your chin down. And as before, you're going to roll forward. You take a breath. And you exhale, pressing into your sit bones. And roll again, 1 vertebra at a time. Target area of stretch is here, the inner thighs. Some may people feel it also in the back. That's 2. Take it down. Take a breath and roll up. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll. Take a breath. And roll up. Keep your eyes closed and find for a moment that place where your ears, your shoulders, and your pelvis are in one straight line. Instead of overusing effort, try to find that place that could be addressed with a less amount of effort. Because sometimes posture is related with something that needs to be stiff, that needs to be like put in a certain shape. But it's finding with a less amount of strength how we can be here at ease, relax. And this place of support can help us to do with every activity of our daily life. Just take one more breath here. And one more breath out. So gently open your eyes. And I want to thank you for joining me in this third part of Method Foundations. If still there are questions around, please check the other videos because the answers, you could find it there. My name is Carolina. I hope to see you in the next videos. Remember, this is a donation-based class, so every contribution is very appreciated. Let me know if anything needs to be more addressed. I'm happy to do that. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, namaste.